Hey guys, and welcome back to Sin's Feeding the Beast. This is episode 6, and today I'd like to show you my tower of tanks. And essentially, what I'm doing is I have my biomass in this big one here, which holds 5,488 buckets. I'm going to move this smaller tank up here, probably either later in the episode or between the episodes. Originally, that's where the biomass was, and it's going to go here. And then this is the final tank at the top, and it is going to hold the apple juice, and there's room for 720 buckets. It's small, I know, and it's not the most efficient, but that's how I really want to do it. Obviously, I could have all made them this size, but I don't think I'm ever going to have more than 720 buckets of apple juice. And if I do, then I can make arrangements accordingly. So yes, I originally built this here, and I had to build a piping system. So essentially, I piped it out using a redstone engine, which is still running. And it took a long time to pump out the, was it milli buckets of, yeah, I think it was about 1,200 millibuckets. So 1,200 buckets. But yeah, so what I wanted to show here quickly was, so I'm still piping up biomass from my fermenters, but the important thing here is that I have an iron pipe, and the iron pipe stops the flow of fluid back into this one or down into this one, but it does limit the amount that can come out of here. So it's just something to be mindful of, I suppose, when using it. So it did take a bit longer because of that, but it allowed me to pump in both at the same time. Now I think I'm either out of saplings, and that's why it's not coming in. The peat bog's still got some stuff in there. Yeah, okay. I'm just wondering if it's been running while I haven't been here. We don't have any chunk loaders on, it won't be. The chunks won't have loaded. No, okay. It might just be slow. It might just be slow. That's what it probably is, which is fine. Which is fine. All right, guys. So my plan for the rest of the episode today is to start getting on with some of the IC2 stuff that we were looking at last episode, and get the industrial blast furnace up. I was trying to think about where I was going. And yeah, that is out. Okay, so apparently this machine was running, and that's why that is full of biomass, but it doesn't look like it. And bog earth, well, I'll leave that in there for now because I'll do that later. And there we go, squeezer, mulch, and I have my moistener in here. I don't know if I've shown this yet, but I will just show it quickly. So essentially all a moistener needs is seeds and wheat, and it makes mycelium, and you get mulch back, and essentially there's 3 stages of wheat. So it's the normal wheat, molding wheat, and then decaying wheat, and when the decaying wheat decays fully, it becomes mulch. It uses water, and it doesn't need any power. It just needs to be in a dark space below light level 11, and the darker it is, the better. So this is going to be 7, which is pretty good. And the reason I don't want to make it any darker is because that way mobs could spawn on this spot here if it was below 7. So yeah, guys, that's pretty exciting. And yes, so as you can see, nothing much has really changed up here. I have some iron fences, which I've chucked in here, but that was only because they're a byproduct of one of the recipes that I was making, and that's not the right one. This is the right one. Okay, guys, so we're going to make that's not an induction smelter. We're going to make an industrial electrolyzer first because, there we go. Oops, sorry guys, 1 second about that. Oh, sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, guys, now sorry about that. I'm back. It's silly having Skype open. I know when I'm recording, but but yes. So essentially, we're going to need an industrial electrolyzer. So we have all of our. We should be making all of these. So the magnetizer, that's where the iron fences are going to come from. The electrolyzer is pretty easy. I just need some empty cells, and the extractor is pretty easy. So yes. And I'm missing. Oh no, that's fine. So essentially, all our things are going to require one of those, and the magnetizer is going to require. Bam. We're going to like that. And I think I've actually put that in. Oh no, maybe I haven't. Maybe I haven't. This is the extractor. Whoops, it was the extractor. And finally, we need some cells, and I think there are some in here. No. Okay, well we can make some. We can make some. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Just a little bit of lag, but that's okay. So I can't make it in that one. Let's make it over here. It's just easier. Though I don't have to look through all the spots to find them. So it's just 2 empty cells, and there we go. Empty cell, copper, machine blocks. No, it's not that one. It's the electrolyzer. Oh, okay. I put it the wrong way around. That probably makes sense. There we go. So we got the electrolyzer, the extractor, and the magnetizer. And we'll go downstairs and we'll pick up some of the parts that we've been using. Now, I've made this room a little bit bigger because we'll need it for power needs later. So there's some electronic circuits. I think I have some advanced circuits in here. I do. I need those too. And I can put these back. I've just been making sort of things when I can. As you can see, these are for today, but I've got the advanced circuit parts which reduce the cost of lapis and glowstone for advanced circuits. It moves it from 2 to 1. But yes, so getting back to this. So this is what we're building. And oh, poop! I don't think I even grabbed the refined iron plates. Oh, so yeah, it's good having everything ready to go, but sometimes you forget. You forget very quickly. There we go. Oops. And here we go. So should have everything now. So we got those two there and the advanced circuits. I think it's the electrolyzer. No, actually, I think it's that way. And there we go. Bam! Industrial electrolyzer. Now, as you'll see here, the industrial electrolyzer is takes 128 EU, and the problem is if you don't give it 128 EU, it won't work, unfortunately, and it will break. So I can either put it here. I think I'll put it right here because it has to be. So these MFEs output 128. Ooh, I got no power left in that one. We got power in that one, and a little bit of power in that one. All right, so let's get some power generating. And yes, I think the whole reason I'm getting this blast furnace up is I want to get solar panels up because solar panels will give us constant power all the time. I'm going to put them on the roof so we have plenty of power. So as I was going back to say that, so the MFE, it has 600,000 EU and it outputs it at 128 a tick, whereas these transformers, they bring it down from 128 to a 32, and essentially every side that you pull power out of pulls out 32 EU a packet. So essentially these each can use up to 32 a packet, and as you can see, there is no lava coming through. I might have used it all up actually, because it might have just been operating when it wasn't operating. But essentially, so yeah, so as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so I can pull out 128 EU, so that's 32 times 4 EU a tick, which is great. So it means essentially I can run 4 industrial electrolyzers, but if I wanted to, I can put another what do you call it? Another wire here and another wire there, and same on the other side, and underneath and on top, and essentially get sort of what is that? I can get up to 5 faces per one of these per LV transformer. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get back into this. So I'll put it right there for now, and as you can see, there you go. It hasn't got minimal power. So normally it'll say insufficient power. You know what? I might show that. I'll go up and get the Omni wrench. Now, very important thing is, especially with the machines, is always use the correct tool to remove an IC2 machine. Always. Don't think you might be lucky, especially with the expensive ones, because I've had plenty of silly things happen to me. Okay. Okay, well that's not working, so we'll just forget about that for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to run up one more level higher. We're looking for bauxite. So the whole reason we want bauxite is this one here. We've got to macerate or pulverize some of this. Now the bauxite ore itself is, if we can look over it, oh, it doesn't tell you what it is. I think we've got to get the dust so we can see what it is. We'll just turn that off so it doesn't get smelted. I don't think it can be smelted in its raw form, or if it can, it only gives iron. So not iron, it only gives aluminium. So as you can see, there's got TiAl H1O12, I think. Sorry. And essentially, that's enough. I'm going to need some more tin cells because it creates silicon for us, titanium. Oh no, maybe not silicon, sorry, I think I made that up. but it makes a whole lot of stuff for us. But mainly it's the titanium that we're after, and it's also the aluminium, which is quite useful in replacing refined iron. I'll just wait till I get all of these. And yes, so every operation it will take 128 EU a tick from the industrial electrolyzer, which may seem expensive, but it's it's worth it when it comes down to what comes out of it essentially. So if you put your dust in there that you want to electrolyze, and you put your cells in there, and it takes 8 cells, so I probably need to get some more, and it just will make it up here, and then you'll get 3 outputs, and actually I think this one actually gives 4, so we can have a quick look at that. So you go go across, there you go. So you got 12 bauxite dust gives you 80 million dust, a tiny pile of titanium dust, some hydrogen cells, and some compressed air cells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to go get some more, because essentially I think we need 2 titanium plates to make the advanced diamond drill, and that's what I'm sort of getting titanium for at the moment. So yes guys, I'll be with you in just a second. Okay guys, now I'm back. So I just realized that I meant to go through this before, but I hadn't, which is these project tables, which are an amazing thing, and if you build them correctly. Did I just do that the wrong way? There we go, project tables. So these store all your things, plus have their own inventory, so that's great. But what we're going to be building now is we're going to be building I'll show you. We're going to be building an iron furnace. Oh, sorry, it's going to be induction furnaces, because we need to build need to build the blast furnace essentially, and that's the only one thing about that is you end up with, it doesn't pull out the last one as long as there's stuff already in there. So to make the industrial blast furnace, which we should make first, we need some iron furnaces, and we turn these into electric furnaces. And there we go. And then with the electric furnaces, this is where you have to turn them into I'll show you what we're doing. That one, industrial blast furnace. So you're going to turn them into induction furnaces. So that's where you need these advanced machine blocks. And I don't actually think I have enough for the advanced machine blocks. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I have some that were in the compressor. Yeah. Good guess. Good guess. And that's where I want to go. I've got to run upstairs and grab some more refined iron, because I need machine blocks, which is the one thing I overlooked. So I need to build another 8 of them. So let's pull out 16 if we can. 9. There we go. It's always hard with that bit of lag, because you expect to get it straight away and it just doesn't come. Or you click and then you're still waiting for it to come, which is sort of annoying. Brilliant. Bam, bam. So we've got 2 of those there, and we make our advanced machine blocks. Bam and bam. So essentially what we're going to do is, I think it's like that, and then like that. Yeah, okay, cool. So we got our 2 induction furnaces. So we'll go back here, and I think this works this way, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go, it does. So we need our copper nickel heating coils. We need our induction furnaces, excellent. And we need a steel machine, and then we need are they advanced, or are they just normal? No, they're just normal ones, and I forgot to grab them out of the chest. It's always nice having a bit of extra supplies in a chest or something similar, because that way you can always get stuff that you need. Okay, so there's the industrial blast furnace, and as you see there, it does take 128 EU a tick, and I am going to put it down, but I'm going to wait until I finish it, because this is where it's going to go. You probably noticed that hole in the wall a while ago, but yes, it's not there, not ready yet at least. So what we're going to do now is we're going to build these plates. These reinforced machine blocks, because that's how it works essentially, and that's where it gets its heat. I guess that's how it makes everything. So as you can see, it makes steel blocks, either advanced machine hulls, steel machine hulls, or the titanium hulls. I don't know why you'd use your titanium hulls over the steel hulls. Maybe you have too much, I don't know. But essentially you have to use the steel plates, and you have to use the advanced circuits. And I made all this with the assembly table and stuff like that. So that made it really easy. And as you can see, we can do it like that, or we can do it like this, and actually got to put everything in the inventory. So now I need 34, but we have to make 36, because that's just the way the rest of it works. As the same with the regular blast furnace. So this is pretty easy to make. It's a hollow 3 by 3 by 4. and as you can see, they just drop down. And I would probably recommend not to use these as decorative blocks because they sort of check to try to make the block, if that makes sense. And I actually probably, because what I'm going to be doing is I need to put lava in the center, because when you put lava in the center of this, it raises the heat capacity by 250 per lava block. So I'm going to put a bit of lava there and a bit of lava there. All right, so let's see how we go with this. I'm gonna run upstairs and grab some lava because, well, we have lava, and I found out I put some more lava in, so put more netherrack into this. As you can see, netherrack's in there, and it's creating netherrack at about 27. About 27 MJ a tick, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So yes, this is our hole in the wall. Probably shouldn't run around carrying a bucket of lava like that, otherwise I might burn up a few things. So yeah, so I'm putting some lava there, and that was easy, but this is the one that I have to do quickly, and bam. Okay, so as you can see, it hasn't created a, well, actually maybe it doesn't. I don't think it actually does create a whole block like that, but for the moment, that's fine. And what you need to do here is you need to put the blast furnace at the bottom center, so right here. And it doesn't have any power. Oh no, there it goes. It worked perfectly. So that green light came on, and you can see the heat capacity here is 2200K, which is Kelvin, I'm assuming, and it shows you how to make it. So red, red. So bottom level, 3x3. So outer ring of 8, outer ring of 8, and that. And then you can either leave this empty or you can put lava in it, which I have done, and it shows you normally it would be 1700 without the lava, but it's now 2200. So now if we go over to our electrolyzer here, and as you can see, insufficient energy lines. So we are out of power, are we? Yes, we are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that, because if you leave that as it is, it won't produce enough power and it will continually make that error. And that's what I was sort of worried about. And I'm happy to show that I can show you that, because yeah, it is quite annoying. It's quite annoying. So yeah, and as you can see, you got all these sort of byproducts of that. And it's strange it was saying insufficient energy line, even though it wasn't on. Okay, right. Well, oh, maybe it's, so you know what it's putting cycling. It's probably making another set and it ran out of energy. Oh, okay. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just let these fill up, and I'll come back and I'll get ready to make my first bit of titanium. Alright guys, I'll speak to you in a second. Okay guys, now I'm back. So I haven't got enough power yet, but I'm just going to use my jetpack because I have plenty of power in that. So I need to make some more diamond cable, and to make that I'm using Electrum now because I have it, and essentially you just build it like this and bam, so you get 8 instead of 6 and instead of 4. So yeah, you're probably best to use that because that way you don't use up as many diamonds, and everything else is cheap in that recipe, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Now, I have to be careful here, so I'm just going to do this. Oop, that's not what I want to do, because I need to be putting 128 EU in a tick, so this is where it becomes very important not to mess it up. Very important. So, as we can see, we're going to... I think I'm in the way, that's why it's not working. Yeah, I am. Alright. Guess I can dig out this way. This is sort of not going exactly how I wanted it, but what I will do I will move some of these machines around to make it a bit easier to get through and around. But for the moment, just to make sure that I don't mess anything up, this is how I'm going to do it. So I go bam, bam, come up here. There we go. And I need to move that one out one more as well, so I have plenty of clearance, and that way when I come to here, whoops, there we go. So as you can see, that is not touching anything else, just that one there, and it should say, yeah, I don't think it says any power yet because it's not drawing anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, is it pulling power out of that? No, I think that one's getting all the power, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one off. And just leave those two, filling up those two right there. So now what we need to do is, so we have these tiny piles, and each tiny pile, each 4 tiny piles makes 1 titanium. So that's great. So now we now have 2 titanium. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my jetpack. I'm going to put it in there, and we'll use that to charge up. I'll probably drain out a good amount, probably half of it or something like that. So yeah, now we're getting into some more advanced stuff. We definitely need some more advanced power generation, and that's what I'm going to sort of be getting into sooner rather than later because it didn't come off at all. And there we go, and I still got plenty of jetpack. So yeah, so now we're ready to go. I think, let me just double check that I don't need anything like water or anything to make it. No, industrial blast furnace. It requires a heat capacity of 1500, of which we have 2200, so that's fine. It takes 128,000 EU in 50 seconds, so we'll get that going, and I should have plenty of power, which I just chucked in here. And as you can see, it's dropping quite rapidly. We'll just check we've got plenty of peat. Oh, we need more peat. Lots and lots of peat here. So I've been going through peat like crazy, but luckily I'm still generating it like crazy. And yeah, alrighty guys, I'll come back in just a second when that's all finished, and we'll get on to making a advanced diamond. Sorry, just the diamond drill, not the advanced, just the normal diamond drill. Alright guys, speak to you soon. Okay guys, now I'm back. So let's see what we got. So we've got 2 titanium ingots. Excellent. Now we need to make these into titanium plates, which is part of the new Greg Tech mod. Obviously, everything in plates only takes 1000 EU and about 2 seconds of time, so really there's not too much of a problem for us. And then we'll come back into here. So the recipe for the diamond drill, as we can see here, is the titanium plates, an advanced circuit, your original mining drill, and a diamond drill. And the reason why I haven't put anything, on my, I haven't put any enchants on my diamond drills, because I think once you put an enchant on it, it won't work, and that's sort of sad. So yeah, and there you go, diamond drill. So really, I think this might be a little bit faster. Oh yeah, I think it's a fair amount faster, but I'm gonna get to that advanced diamond drill actually. What does it require? 2 more advanced circuits and some overclocker upgrades. I know I have some overclocker upgrades, and I'm happy to borrow them / make some more. Do I have any more advanced circuits? Got 1. I think I made another one here as well. Ooh, okay. I know this is sort of bad, but let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and bam! Look at that advanced diamond drill. So it holds even more power. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to do that. I get power from my from my nano chest plate. So let's try that again. I'm not really sure how fast it's digging, but I'm pretty sure it's digging pretty fast. And as you can see, that is now filled up. So it takes power out of the jetpack and uses it. So and use it to recharge all your tools. And as you can see here, we've got some more industrial centrifuges running, so we've got more power, more lava, and essentially, hopefully that'll start filling up again. But yeah, so one more thing before we go is that, as you can see, we've had, what was that? That's 64 and 12, so that's 76 lots of lava go through so far. So that's how much electrum I have left after using all that. But it's still been very, very useful, and it's pretty much, that's what I'm going to be trying running all the time. So yes guys, I hope you like what we've done today. It's sort of messy at the moment, so I will clean this up in the next day or two, and make it look nice, and probably put in the industrial electrolyzer in a better spot. I'll probably make an electric wrench to move that, because I don't know why it won't work with the Omni wrench, but I don't want to waste it. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed what I've done today. Made a blast furnace and the industrial electrolyzer, and made my new advanced diamond drill. So I'm pretty excited about that, guys. So have a good day, and see you guys later. See you now.